Well, good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to another edition of RoughRiders Baseball. And now, the star of the show, the one, the only, Johnny Baker. Thank you there, Bobby. We'd like to welcome you to Thursday Night Baseball here in North Texas. It is the third of the 6-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Frisco RoughRiders. Well, gotta say, tonight is Thirsty Thursday here at the ballpark, and so far, $2 soft drinks and $2 specialty items all night long, courtesy of the RoughRiders. Two teams continue the series tomorrow evening and Friday, as we'll have another edition of San Antonio Missions and the Frisco Quesos as they take the field in their Queso uniforms. Really good for a special Friday. Two teams continue the series for Saturday night. Don't forget, post-game fireworks after the ball game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best spectacle. That is the Fireworks Saturdays. Two teams conclude the series, the last ever meetup of these two ball clubs for 2026. And so far, we say goodbye after Sunday, as San Antonio and Frisco will not see each other for the remainder of the year. Missions return home. They take on the visiting Northwest Arkansas Naturals in a 6-game set. And so far, after that, we'll head off to Springfield to take on the Springfield Cardinals. Missions back home, they take on one more homestand, and then it's against the visiting Midland Rockhounds, and then it'll be a 6-game season finale in Amarillo right after that. Well, anyway, go online now at samissions.com. Purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, download Bally Live and make sure you can watch those games. And those games, I sound British on that. A little stuttery. Do beg my pardon about that. But anyway, download it to Bally Live. You can watch those games. They are free. And so far, you are good to go. Anyway, don't forget, all season long, you can watch us here on YouTube Live. That is home of YouTube. And so far, make sure you catch us whether we're home or away, and you are good to go. Well, anyway, let's get into the pregame show of last night. Boy, it was a pretty good win for the Frisco RoughRiders, as they beat San Antonio by a final score of 5-4 on a walk-off home run. And so far, a pretty good one for the RoughRiders as they tie up the series now at 1-1 against San Antonio. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, as we get into the evening, we do have Midland and Amarillo being delayed due to thunderstorm activity. And so far, their first pitch was scheduled at 6:35 this evening, but now being moved to 7 o'clock. And if it gets past 7, it most definitely will be postponed. I think that is correct. But anyway, pretty good on that. Anyway, let's go ahead and give you some scores as we get into this pregame show. And so far, it is Wichita 1-0 against Corpus Christi, bottom of the second inning. Arkansas leading Tulsa 1-0 in the bottom half of 1. Northwest Arkansas and Springfield, San Antonio, and Frisco getting ready to go. Midland and Amarillo are delayed in their start time due to those thunderstorms getting over Waterbridge Field there in downtown Amarillo. They'll hopefully shoot for a 7:05, but we'll have to check the weather on that just to make sure. And if the Weather Channel says that thunderstorms continue after the 7:05 start time, then it'll continuously be delayed. And if it's delayed any more than 1 hour or 2 hours, most definitely it will be postponed. And so far, Friday would be a doubleheader. Well, anyway, I hope y'all are ready and super excited for tonight's rubber matchup of these two teams, as San Antonio taking on the Frisco Quesos tonight and tomorrow evening, which that would be pretty good. Well, anyway, Bob, do you have anything? I don't think I have anything, but if I do, I'll let you know. All right, thank you there, Bobby. Well, we'll go ahead and take you downstairs as we present tonight's game, and so far a beautiful Thursday night here at the ballpark as fans are showing up, taking their seats after getting their tickets punched in and, well, ready to go here tonight, which that's always a good thing. Dylan McLean is on the mound for Frisco. He'll be the left-handed starter. And so far, Bobby, what do we know about him and his scouting report? Well, he's got 3 choices to choose from there, Johnny. 4-seam, 12-6 curve, and a changeup, which that looks pretty good for the starter here tonight, Dylan McLean. Well, the leadoff batter for San Antonio is Francisco Acuna. As he comes in, we'll take a strike inside, and we are underway. No balls and 1 strike. Beautiful evening as we get going here tonight. And here is the first, that one high in the air, and that is up to the first baseman, and that is out number 1. And with that, let's give the starting lineups for the San Antonio Missions tonight. Acuna, Roberts, Murphy, Sanabria, Carpathio, Dungan, Mondu, Linares, and Castañon. Rounding out the batting order for the visiting San Antonio Missions. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in as he's ready to go. Don't forget, weekend baseball starts tomorrow. Our last 3-game series here in Frisco, taking on the San Antonio Missions. Here is the 0-1 offering. That one is high in the air, straightaway center. And that is 2 down. Well, Tuesday will be a series start against Northwest Arkansas for the San Antonio Missions. Here he is, left fielder Kai Murphy. There's a windup and the pitch, and that one is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. A pitch right there. Ricochet foul, 1-1. 1-1. And here's the delivery. That one is right through the middle for the base hit. Boy, Kai Murphy comes in and finds the greatest opening of them all, and that's through the straightaway center point. Well, I got to say there, Johnny, he found it right where he wanted it to go, and so far got pretty gosh darn lucky about that. That is for sure. Right there up to the second baseman. Throw him out at first in time, and that ends the half inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go bottom of 1, and it's no score through half an inning as we go to the bottom of the first coming up. So we'll be right back as our San Antonio starter will be on the mound for the bottom of the first coming up for the Frisco RoughRiders. Well, about set to go for the bottom half of the first inning for the RoughRiders. Right now, the Riders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. And look who's getting started here tonight for the Missions. Left-handed start is Jagger Haynes as he's on the mound for San Antonio. Four-seam slider and a changeup getting ready to go for the Missions. Well, Amarillo and Midland getting going tonight after a brief thunderstorm delay there at Wateridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Here is Yason Morabel as he comes in. Here's the windup and the pitch right there, a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Can't complain about a little rain shower there in Amarillo, but everybody getting ready to go. 0-1. Right there and now to play, it's 0-2. What if it was bigger thunderstorms than what it is? Well, if it was bigger thunderstorms there, Bobby, I would say I don't think anybody be playing tonight. We've had that actually happen over the course of the last couple of months. I mean, San Antonio in general has seen about 6 to 7.5 inches worth of rain that one evening, and plus the tornadoes as well. Well, with that, let's give the visiting or the home team starting lineups here tonight for the Frisco RoughRiders. And there they are onto the right-hand side of your screen. And do beg my pardon, they are not the visiting team. They are the home side here in this one. Second baseman Casey Cook on the mound, or on the base now. And that is out number 2 as Cook is down for the out. And they're 2 away. Boy, that is another time that you stuttered and... boy, I'll tell you what. You just find yourself funny. Oh, thank you there, Bob. High in the air straight away. Up to left center. Under it is Guy Roberts. He'll make the play and in the half inning. And that will do it. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Frisco. We head to the second innings, and it's time for San Antonio to get ready to go in inning number 2. Be right back as Braden Carpathios leads it off for the Missions. We'll be right back here in the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Well, we now head for the second inning for San Antonio, right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Well, the batter now is right fielder Braden Carpathios as he's set to go. Wind up and the pitch, and that one is going to be hit high in the air, out in foul grounds. The third baseman gets under it, and he makes the play near the manager's box for out number one. Boy, that is just rough when you see that one there, Johnny. And to tell you one thing, that's just a wasted opportunity to get on base. And you're not wrong about that there, Bobby. Designated hitter Clay Dungan now coming in. 1 ball, no strikes, as that one will miss outside. And want to know the count. So far, Wichita leading Corpus Christi 4-0 there at the Porch in Wichita, Kansas. 1-1. Here's the offering, and that's going to be hit to the second baseman, throw down to first in time for out number two. Excuse me right there. Out number 2 on the play. The third baseman, Nate Mondu, coming in. I think my eyes were really playing tricks on me. Like, I don't know if that was out number 1, out number 2, but I do believe that was just something going on. Well, if your eyes are playing tricks on you, then you must be seeing a ghost or something. Oh, ha, very funny, Bobby. I'm just stating the obvious. Oh, and what obvious would that be? That you're seeing things? Oh, well, ha again to you. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one high in the air up to left field, and that will go to the left fielder for out number 3. No runs hit to Rivers and nobody left on for San Antonio. As we go now to the bottom half of the second inning, it is no score through 2.5. As we get ready to go for Pablo Guerrero to lead it off in the bottom of 2 for the Frisco RoughRiders. We're back after this. Well, just about set to go for the bottom half of the second inning for the RoughRiders. Right now, the Riders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Pablo Guerrero coming in, 4-5 at 6, due up against Jagger Haynes. As he's going to hit that one high right there up to right center field. That is down through for a base hit. And Frisco getting a leadoff double by Guerrero. And boy, he is really getting something going. That was a pretty good line drive base hit, Johnny. Yeah, it was. That puts the Riders in scoring position now. Here is Quincy Scott. Scott coming in and takes a strike inside. 0-1 the count. As he puts that one in the barrel for strike one. Down the barrel or down the pipe? It's the same thing, Bobby. 0-1, and right there, ground ball. Straightaway second as Castañon throws him out for Romeo Sanabria to get him. And that's out number one. For the runner, it goes from second to third. And here is the designated hitter, Keith Jones, the second. There's the windup and the pitch. Yes. And that one is in for the strike. It's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Runner at third. One away here in the bottom of the second inning. And that one is a swing and a miss. It's 0-2 to the slider. Jeez Louise, you never thought about seeing him going after that fastball for that strike. Trying to catch up with it. But most likely, most prospects would catch up with the flying heater. Yeah, they do indeed. No balls, two strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be high hit right there. That ball well in play. Here comes a runner from third. And he's going to score in the first game's run. And that is a 1-0 lead for Frisco. Boy, they get something going. A sacrifice fly gets them to crack the tie on this game. And Frisco now leading the 1-0 lead against San Antonio. Marcus Lee Sang coming in. Boy, he was the winner of last night's walk-off home run. And I gotta say, pretty good for this guy. But anyway, that will do it as we end the second inning. A run on a hit, no errors, and at least one left. We go to the third, and Oswaldo Linares will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. Well, just about set to go for the bottom half of three coming up now. Or top of the third for San Antonio. Right now on the Riders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. And we welcome you back to the Riders. Look at there, we're even. You stuttered, I stuttered. We're a win-win together. A match made in Valhalla. Don't you think there, so, Bobby? Uh-huh. You're funny too there, Johnny. Second baseman Marcos Castañon coming in now. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that one is drilled. It is gone. A home run by Castañon. Ties up the ball game. The lead evaporated of one is bye-bye for good. Geez, that guy, Castañon, really hits pretty good, doesn't he there, Johnny? Oh, yeah, and that one straight away left field. And somebody in left field got a free baseball. Inside is 1 ball, no strikes to the shortstop Francisco Acuna, who is 0 for 1, a pop out. Don't forget, Atlas Earth does have a super boost today, which started at 4 o'clock, so hopefully everybody is boosting, staying boosted to get those extra dollars, which that's pretty good. Center fielder Kai Roberts 0 for 1, a fly out. Here's the windup and the pitch. Right there, ground ball. Up to the shortstop, throw down to first in time. And that ends the half inning. But Marcos Castañon gets a run on a home run. And it's a 1-1 tie as we're 3.5 coming up here in this one. So we're back right after this as Julian Brock leads off the bottom of the third coming up. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of the third inning right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Julian Brock coming in, 8-9-1, due up against the San Antonio starter, Jagger Haynes. And the pitch is a changeup in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, one strike the count now. And Johnny, I got to say, a lot of fans coming out here, and especially all the way from San Antonio. That's right there, Bobby. They do indeed come out. That one right there is line drive to right field, through for a base hit, and now Brock getting on at first. Here's the shortstop, Theo Hardy. Hardy coming in, ready to go. He hits that one high in the air, up to the right field area, makes the grab, and that is out number 1.
Now batting.
Boy, what a way to get that half inning going, but all the more reason is you got to really keep eyes on the ball and make sure that ball doesn't play you really good. Here is Jason Mortabell as he'll take that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Runner at first, one man down here in this third inning for Frisco. That one ricocheted down in the dirt, and that's the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one ricochet. Boy, look out over there. Duck for cover if you're in the stands. You don't want to get hit by a fastball coming at you. Oh, yeah, I remember. No, moving in San Antonio a long time ago, would say they didn't have the protective netting. But now, having it behind the home plate area where nobody gets drilled or whatever it is, they just literally got to have protection for the fans. Well, that is for sure there, Johnny. You always got to have protection, no matter how hard it is or whatever it is. You always got to protect your fans, because you don't want to get a lawsuit against the baseball club itself, because you got to really make sure that you're safe. Everybody's safety is on the responsibility list in a minor league baseball park. And so far, if somebody gets hurt, I don't know if they would file a lawsuit. I don't know if they would.
That's out the corner.
Well, I don't know there, Bobby. I mean, they're coming into the stadium at their own risk, knowing that a base hit or a foul ball or a flying bat, for example. A flying bat could come right at you and hit you in the leg, the back, the head, or whatever. But to tell you one thing, if that happens, it's just a accidental accident. You know how that is. I mean, me and my friend one time in San Antonio, and this was before I was broadcasting games here on YouTube, and up to right field as Carpathios gets in, and that will be out number 3. Well, one time my friend and me, we were at the Missions game at one time, and so far he got hit in the leg by a foul bat. The bat went flying, and so far, the prospect in the box let the bat fly, and it came right at my friend and me, nearly taking my head off almost. Wow. Okay, Murphy getting on as we lead off the 4th inning for San Antonio. But all the more reason is that's why we have the protective netting, is to keep everybody safe, because safety depends on it, Bobby. I mean, you got to realize that. Yeah, that's true there, Johnny. Well, in now is Romeo Sanabria as he'll fly out to left field, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22.
Well, that'll bring up right fielder is Braden Carpathios as he comes in. He's 0 for 1 of flyouts. Or should I say a pop out? Here's a pitch. And that one's going to be well driven up to the center field area. Runner from first is going home. And that means the RBI double comes across. And San Antonio takes the lead. It's now 2-1 Missions. Well, they're trying to capitalize after last night's 5-4 defeat. Yeah, they look like it, Bobby. But so far, a pretty good home run would do them pretty good, and especially the first run for San Antonio to tie up the ball game. That's for sure there, Johnny. Clay Duncan, the designated hitter, coming in as 1 ball and no strikes. That one outside is well, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 offering, and that one's going to be right there. Now to play, the count now 2-1. Top of the 4th inning for San Antonio. Missions up 2-1 here in the 4th. And that one outside, 3-1. Baseball tomorrow evening through Sunday night as our 2 teams continue this series. Last 6th ever game meetup of the year between these 2 ball clubs, between the Texas Ranger Frisco RoughRiders and the Padres affiliate of San Antonio. Nate Mondu coming in as he hits that one to the first baseman, and that is out number 3. Well, Braden Carpathios gets a RBI double and scores in a run. It's a 2-1 top of 4, and San Antonio leads it by 2-1. Well, we'll be right back here in this one as we'll lead off the bottom of 4 coming up. Well, we lead it off for the bottom of the fourth inning right now for the Riders. Right now, here in this one. Well, Frenier Chavez coming in, 3-4-5 due up against the San Antonio starter Jagger Haynes. As that one's going to be right there. Line drive up to straightaway left center for a base hit. Well, that one was flying low, wasn't it, Bob?
Number 27.
Pablo Guerrero coming in now. Here's a pitch. And that one is in for a strike. It's 0-1. 1-for-1 double by Guerrero tonight. Springfield leading Northwest Arkansas 2-0 in the fifth inning. Tulsa leading 3-1 against Arkansas, bottom of three. Amarillo leading Midland 2-0. Wichita leading Corpus Christi 4-1. High in the air up to right field. Carpathios takes it himself. And that is out number one.
Now batting, left fielder, number 19.
Well, that'll bring in the left fielder, Quincy Scott. 0-for-1 ground out last time around. And the pitch right there and in for a strike, and they're going to challenge this one. And that one is a strike, so he was right the first time round. 0-for-1 is Scott. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch right there and in for a strike. It's 0-2. Well, that's the first time Quincy Scott thought about arguing that pitch right there, but he comes up unsuccessful in pleading the case with the home plate umpire here tonight. And that is strike three as Scott goes down looking. And that's the second strikeout for Jagger Haynes, as he's pretty happy about that, I would say. Well, yeah, I would be happy too if I was getting a strike like that. Boy, this guy can really do pretty good. It's like Jamie Hitt, who pitched in relief last night for San Antonio, and that's outside for the ball, 1-0 to Jones the second. San Antonio leading the game 2-1. Bottom of the fourth, 1 on, 2 outs. That one is high fly in the air, straightaway left. Kai Murphy gets under it, makes the grab, ends the inning. Well, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on for Frisco. And we head to the fifth inning. It's San Antonio 2-1. So we go top of the fifth as Oswaldo Linares will get things ready to go for San Antonio. I'll be right back here in this one. Well, we head to the top half of the fifth inning for San Antonio right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Well, Oswaldo Linares coming in now. 8-9-1 due up against Dylan McClain. And here is the pitch right there. And that is through for the base hit as it hugs the line almost. And boy, what a base hit. Don't see much of those that often, but now you do.
Second baseman, number 94.
Well, the second baseman, number 94, coming in. And that is Marcos Castañon, who comes in. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one ricochet foul, almost a home run fastball. Castañon was the solo home run, and the third is 1-for-1 here tonight for San Antonio. Boy, Tulsa leading 7-1 against Arkansas. Bottom half of the third inning there at DCJ Field in Drillerville. That is Tulsa, Oklahoma territory. 2 balls, 1 strike to Castañon. 1 on, nobody out here in the fifth. And that one's going to be driven up nicely, high in the air. And that is going to be caught by the left fielder, almost losing it. And boy, tell you one thing, that could have been double. That would put runners in scoring position for sure as second and third. Francisco Acuna comes in, hits that one high in the air straight away. Higher is the left fielder as he'll run it down for the out. And they're 2 down.
Now batting, center fielder, number
Amarillo now leading Midland 3-0, bottom of the fourth. Corpus Christi still trailing that game there in Wichita. The wind surge of 4-1. What's that right there? A pretty good ball game there in Wichita. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive to center. That is a base hit. Boy, center fielder Kai Roberts gets that one.
now batting, left fielder, Ty Murphy.
And that's going to bring up the center fielder, or left fielder, beg my pardon. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in. We'll take a ball outside. Want to know the count now. 2 for 2 and 2 singles. A run tonight for this left fielder. A pretty good, exceptional left fielder, I should say, for Kai Murphy. He's had a pretty good season with San Antonio for all of 2026, which that was pretty good. Trey Subak and Gavin Collier coming up in a 2 right-handers in the Frisco bullpen. That one in for a strike. It's 1-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's through up the middle. That's a line drive base hit. Runner going from second is across the score. And that is a RBI single by Kai Murphy. And now San Antonio leads the game. It's now 3-1. By golly, it's time for a comeback tonight after that 5-4 loss last night. As Frisco walked it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs. Marcus Lee Sang really put that ball in play last night and really got something going right there. As that'll go to the second baseman, follows in the first as that will be out number 3. But Kai Murphy gets the RBI single and pushes across the run, as that will be a 3-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 5th. San Antonio leads it 3-1. And here is the winning prospect of last night. Marcus Lee Sang will lead off the bottom of 5 coming up. Well, we go to the bottom of the fifth as Marcus Lee Sang leads it off for Frisco. 7-8-9 due up against the starting pitcher for San Antonio is Jagger Haynes. That one ricochet foul, 0-1. Pretty good crowd, right, John? Yep. That one is in for a strike. It's 0-2. San Antonio to a two-run advantage against Frisco right now. 0-2 offering, and that's going to be lofted high in the air up to left field. Kai Murphy runs it down in foul territory, makes the play, and that is out number 1.
Number 4.
That'll bring in Julian Brock, 1-for-1 single last time around. And the pitch, that one hit to Sanabria, and that is a quick out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, 2 outs. Boy, they come and go right there in this one, and it could be another 1-2-3 inning for the Riders. As shortstop Theo Hardy comes in. The pitch is right there and in for a strike. It's 0-1. Springfield leading 5-0 against the Naturals in the bottom of the fifth. Boy, Arkansas trying to make a comeback. It's 7-6.
No.
The Tulsa Drillers up 7-6 in the top half of the fourth inning. Amarillo leading 3-1 against Midland. What's that right there? Pretty good there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. High in the air up to right field. Braden Carpathios runs it down and makes the outstanding play for the inning. Well, nothing doing here. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on. We go to the sixth inning, and it's San Antonio leading it 3-1. Well, as we go to the first half of this ball game, I got to say, it's been a really good time for us here, as we see at least 4 runs already into the ball game. Well, San Antonio having a 3-1 advantage right now against the Frisco RoughRiders here in Game 3 of this series. And so far, pretty good.
Now pitching.
Well, we're going to have a new right-handed reliever on the mound for Frisco. Here is Trey Supak. 4-seam slider, changeup, and a curveball coming into the scouting report. Supak now pitching for the Frisco RoughRiders. Leading it off for San Antonio, we begin the sixth inning as right fielder Braden Carpathios comes in. 1-for-2 RBI double in the fourth here for the San Antonio Missions. Nighttime coming on us as we get going here for the sixth inning. That one's going to be right there, line drive. Up to the second baseman, throws him out at first in time. And that is 1 down. Again, Bob, as I said before, please turn that down. Oops, sorry there, Johnny. Designated hitter is Clay Dungan as he comes in. 0-for-2. Hits that one high in the air, straight away center. Going back near the warning track. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, number 10.
Boy, here is the third baseman, Nate Mondu, as he comes in 0-for-2. Here's a pitch. And that one's going to be high in the air. And that one out of play, foul, 0-1. You know, I got to say, no win tonight. But evidently, at least the sun's going down, and it'd be pretty nice tonight. It's a clear night, so the moon will be full, at least. But now we head for the bottom half of the sixth inning after the third and final out. And that will pretty much do it. Orbel, Cook, and Chavez will lead off the bottom of the sixth for the Quesos. And we'll be right back here in this one, as Yaisen Morabel leads it off for the Riders when we come back here in this one. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom half of the sixth inning for Frisco right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Yaisen Morabel coming in now, 1-2-3 as we lead off the top of the batting order for the Frisco RoughRiders. That one outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, this game going pretty quick as evidently a lot of zeros for Frisco. Here's a 1-1 offering. And that one is in for a strike. It's 1-2. Well, Amarillo still leading by a run. It's 3-2 against Midland in the top half of the sixth inning. Still the same score in Wichita. 4-1 against Corpus Christi. That one is right there and out by Carpathio, says that would be out number 1. Well, you look at the pitch arsenal tonight, 71% of his four-seam fastballs has been in for strikes, which that right there takes exception to a starting pitcher. The second baseman, Casey Cook, coming in as he's ready to go for the Riders, and that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here in this half inning for the 6. That one high in the air up to the left field area as Sky Murphy runs it down, and that is out number 2. Third baseman Frenier Chavez, 1-for-2 single. Comes up next for Frisco. And that one is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Don't forget, Friday through Sunday night games, 7:05 our starts. Missions return home. They take on Northwest Arkansas starting Tuesday through next Sunday. So right there to the shortstop, Francisco Acuna, up to Sanabria, as that will be the final out here this inning. No runs, no hits, nowhere. We're 7th inning coming up for San Antonio. And we go to the 7th right now. Here's the catcher, Oswaldo Linares. It was 1-for-2, a single. And that one's going to be lofted high in the air, straightaway center. And that is out number 1. Well, at least 3 more innings for us here on this Thursday night. And so far, looking at Marcos Castañon, who strides up in the 3rd as he comes in and powers a single over the wall. And boy, to tell you one thing, just a really good prospect for the Padres organization. That right there, pretty good. That's right there, high in the air, straightaway up to right field. And that goes to the right fielder for out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco.
Springfield leading 7-1 against Northwest Arkansas. Amarillo gets a run. It's now 4-2 against Midland. Boy, they were a run shy of almost being tied up against the Rockhounds. Alexis Diaz and Gavin Collier, 2 right-handed relievers on the warm-ups in the Frisco bullpen. The pitch is right there, high in the air, straight away up to center. Running after it on the warning track, makes the play, ends the half inning. Well, 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark as the San Antonio Missions lead this ball game. It's 3-1. 7th inning coming up as Guerrero, Scott, and Jones II will come in. And hope y'all have a good 7th inning stretch. We'll be right back here in this one right after our breaks. Well, hope you've enjoyed the seventh inning stretch, but now time to get back to the ball game as we lead it off with the bottom of the seventh right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Pablo Guerrero coming in, 4-5-6-2 up against Jagger Haynes. Wind up and the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. He blew that four-seamer right by him for that strike, which that was really good. That one high in the air. Straightaway center. And in time, Kai Roberts runs it down in the warning track as that will be out number one.
Fielder, number 19.
Amarillo now tacking on some more runs against Midland. 5-2 as they're into the top half of the seventh inning. Arkansas now takes the lead against Tulsa, 8-7. They're at DCJ Field in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That one's going to be right there up to center field. That is through for a base hit. Springfield continuing that 7-1 advantage against the Naturals, Northwest Arkansas. Wichita leads 4-1 against Corpus Christi in the seventh inning. Keith Jones, the second, coming in. Here's the pitch right there in the end for a strike. It's 0-1. Sacrifice fly to the RBI is 0-1 by Jones, the second. Pretty good right here. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one is high fly in the air. Running after it is Carpathios, and there he goes as he makes the play. Runner goes to second now after the fly.
Center fielder, Marcus Lee.
And here is last night's winner, Marcus Lee Sang, who walked it off in the bottom of the ninth inning with only 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and that one is in for the strike. It's 0-1. Boy, people are loud with their V8 engine cars. I tell you one thing, they are really just making a scene of getting attention. You know, that is for sure, Johnny. I tell you one thing, they always do that just to be a show-off. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to him. And that's a swing and a miss. And they got him down. And Lee Sang threw his bat. And boy, tell you one thing, that is not good for him especially. Well, we go now to the top half of the eighth inning. And it is 3-1 here in this one. Boy, I tell you one thing, so far it is going to be a pretty good one here as we look at the opponents here in the Frisco bullpen. Josh Trinidad, Joe Ross, Alexi Diaz, Gavin Collier, Mason Thompson, Mark Church, Austin Roberts, David Davalillo, Dalton Pence, Ben Anderson, and Lindro Lopez, all in the bullpen here in this one as they watch the game in from this one. Well, anyway, after a big deal about that, there is going to be a little substitution going on. And so far, pretty good. We lead it off to the top half of the eighth inning as center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. It's that one ground ball to straightaway center, and that is through for a base hit for the Missions. Boy, I tell you one thing, that Marcus Lee Sang should have been thrown out on that previous pitch, out of the ball game after he threw his bat. And right there to second for one. They get them both on a double play. 6-4-3, and that ends this. One hit that came in on the base pass And boy, to tell you one thing, that would erase the hit from San Antonio. Well, indeed, in this one. Right there, broken bat, straight to third, up to first in time, got him by a step, and that ends the half inning. Well, we go now to the bottom of the eighth. San Antonio leads it 3-1 as we lead off the next half inning for the Frisco RoughRiders. Well, we are going to have, most evidently, pretty good right there. And well, so far we'll have our next half inning coming up in just a few moments. Jamie hit a left-handed reliever, will be on the mound for San Antonio. Four-seam sinker, change-up, serve cutter will be ready to go on the hill for San Antonio. Well, we'll be right back as Julian Brock will lead us off here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Next for the Riders Baseball Network. Well, we lead off the bottom half of the eighth inning for the Frisco RoughRiders. Right now, Riders Baseball Network. Well, left-handed starter, or should I correct myself on that? Left-handed reliever Julian Brock is now on the mound for San Antonio as we lead off this bottom half of eight. 8,066 in attendance tonight here in Frisco. 3-1 San Antonio. And that one's going to be a hard hit ball. High in the air, but Sanabria goes out of in the foul grounds to make the play for out number one.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Gotta tell you one thing, make sure you guys download Atlas Earth, because right now there is a super boost going. And so far, you want to make sure that you download the game. Hopefully, yep, that woman in the green shirt, very good job. She's probably looking at her stats of her money, checking in on hours, which that is pretty good. But to tell you one thing, yeah, download the app, it's good. And make sure you do that in this one. Theo Hardy, the shortstop, coming in, is 0 for 2. 1 out, nobody on here in this 8th inning for the Riders. The pitch is right there, and that's going to be driven up nicely. And that's going to get down for a line drive base hit. And here comes the runner. He is, woo. Yeah, almost getting picked off out there at second base as he slides in right on cue. And boy, to tell you one thing, that was a close play out there at second base. Nearly getting him. Right there as he gets to the second base bag safely. Here is Yaisen Mortabel. As he hits that one out of play, it's 0-1. Boy, San Antonio doing pretty good. Is 0 for 3, a strikeout, flyout, and a line out here tonight. Mission's trying to hold the 3-1 lead. Tying run is Morabel. That one out of play. It's the count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the count now is 0 for 3 of the night for Frisco. High in the air. And they can't get it. It drops for the base hit. And now that tying run is now at first base.
Now batting, second baseman, number 21.
Well, that'll bring in the second baseman, Casey Cook, as he comes in. Slurve is outside, 1-0. 0 for 3, ground out in the first. Boy, San Antonio trying to hold on to a 2-run lead. Frisco trying to get something going. Here's a 1-0. That one is high, deep. And they cannot get it. That's going to fall in. And that will be a base hit. And that'll be a run in to score as now the RoughRiders trail just by a run. San Antonio leading 3-2. Close game here in the bottom of the 8th. Boy, to tell you one thing, San Antonio trying to save this 1-run trail. That one's right there. And they get it back in as that was a bunt attempt snuffed out. Out number 2. That's thrown down to the catcher. And that runner at third had second thoughts, but changed his mind completely about advancing. That was a smart move. Yeah, it sure was. Pablo Guerrero coming in as that's going to be a ground ball right there. As Castañon throws him out at first, and they will tightrope out of danger. So a run in to score on a couple of hits, 2 left. And we go now to the 9th inning. San Antonio leads the game. It is 3-2 here in this one. Well, we go to Braden Carpathios, the right fielder, as he'll be in for San Antonio to lead off the 9th inning coming up. Well, we go to the ninth inning here in Frisco as San Antonio coming to the plate now for the Riders Baseball Network. Braden Carpathios coming in as we lead off this top half of the ninth inning. That one line drive straight away, and that is going to be a dropped ball right to the second baseman as he knocks it down. That's going to be a decision of a base hit. Designated hitter Clay Dungan getting ready to go. That one high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 0 for 3, ground out in the second inning of this series, which that is pretty good for San Antonio. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on, nobody out. High in the air, straight away, center field. Just shy of left, makes the grab, and that is out number 1. Boy, San Antonio will need to work a miracle tonight if they win this one on a 1-run ball game. Nate Mondu coming in as he leads it off for San Antonio. That one is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Springfield leading 10-3 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Arkansas lead 8-7 against the Tulsa Drillers. Amarillo 5-3 against Midland, 5-1 against, 5-1 in Wichita, leading it against Corpus Christi. Well, right there, that will be it, and that's another double play to end this half inning. The bottom of the ninth is crucial for these boys, and if they try to do it, they'll try to get something going. Well, we're set to go as we lead it off. A 1-run ball game for San Antonio as it's 3-2 here in this one. We're back after this. Quincy Scott will lead it off for the ninth inning right after these commercial messages for the Riders. Well, we lead it off to the bottom of the ninth inning for the RoughRiders. And here is Quincy Scott. John Baker, take us from here. Thank you there, Bobby. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning as Jamie Hitt comes in and takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. Tying run at the plate, the winning run now on deck for Frisco. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, line drive base hit. Now the winning run coming aboard on the plate area. And that's going to bring in the designated hitter, Keith Jones the second.
That's a ball.
And that's going to be a balk right there. Now the tying run goes to second after that pitch. Jamie Hitt, I don't think he is happy about the home plate umpire deciding that. That one ricochet foul, 0-1. This game, boy, it is close call for these two teams. San Antonio just being a shy run of this ball game. No balls, one strike, and a pitch. And right there for the strike, it's 0-2. Runner in scoring position at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth inning in the 3-2 contest here in Statesman's Park in Frisco. High in the air, driven up to center field. Under it is Kai Roberts as he makes the play for out number 1. Boy, that is a rough out number 1 for the Riders here tonight. But center fielder Marcus Lee Sang coming in is 0 for 3, strikeout and a fly out and a ground out. Boy, so far San Antonio needs to be careful or else they could lose it like they did last night. And that one is in for the strike. It's 0-1. You know, Marcus Lee Sang last night hitting that winning run. And that's going to be right there. Line drive base hit. And the run evaporated. Now it's a 3-3 tie. And now the winning run is now out there in scoring position at second. He gets the RBI double. And now Frisco now in striking distance. Yeah, we'll say that Dyson Acosta is now getting on the heel for San Antonio as pretty much no confidence in number 32 in this one.
Now pitching.
Well, right-hander Dyson Acosta now approaches the mound for San Antonio. And so far, that is pretty much how things are going to have to be for the pitching change. Tulsa now 11-8 against Arkansas. Boy, they were up. Now Springfield 10-3 against Northwest Arkansas. 3-3 here in the bottom of the ninth inning, and hopefully trying to see if things will change, especially for San Antonio. They need to get in, and right there up to first, as that would be out number 2. Hopefully a pop-up could do San Antonio good for the extra innings. The shortstop is Theo Hardy as he comes in. Wind up and the pitch right there now to play. That's the count now, 0-1. 1 for 3 of the night for Theo Hardy, the shortstop for Frisco. Changeup is outside, 1-1. Winning run now at 90 feet away. Boy, it's going to be another 4-3 advantage. Well, I would say last night it was 4-4. They won it by 5-4, and now trying to win it tonight by 4-3. High in the air up to left field, and that will do it. And they tightrope out of danger as Marcus Lee Sang gets the tying run aboard, but they almost win it there. Well, the next relief pitcher is Austin Roberts, a right-handed reliever. Will be on the mound for Frisco as we start the extra innings.
Leading off, catcher,
Well, the catcher is Oswaldo Linares, 1-for-3 single. And we'll have Nate Mondu out there at second base to start off the extra innings. 3-3 ball game, and the doctor ordered free baseball for everybody. And so far, that's what the doctor ordered. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-for-3 is Oswaldo Linares. Tight ball game here, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, that is through for the base hit. And he's coming home already. And that scores in the run from second. San Antonio now has the second time around a 1-run ball game. Boy, to tell you one thing, it will be San Antonio's game if they could catch up and continue this ball game without going down without a fight. Marcos Castañon coming in. He hits that one high in the air up to right field. And that will be out number 1. A lot of times you see a lot of ball clubs, especially in the minors, the AAA leagues, even the major leagues, they would get tied up so many times. It's like, when is this ball game going to ever end? You know, they'd be tied 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5. You know, they would be tied up as many times, you know, and especially with the AAA Pawtucket Red Sox, you know.
He's out.
You know, one time they had about 33 innings. You know, that was AAA baseball way back then. Well, they tried to turn that double play. Runner out at second. The runner at first is safe. And that is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-for-4, 2 singles. The center fielder, Kai Roberts. Boy, Frisco would have to get a 2-run shot to win it. A 5-4 ball game would go double this week. 2 nights with a 5-4 victory, and see how that goes from there. Well, center fielder Roberts coming in, 1-1, 2 outs. And that one is outside the count now, 2-1. 10th inning in a 1-run ball game. That one's going to be line drive, base hit. And now first and second as San Antonio continues to get some hits. But now their main objective is to get away from the Riders and hopefully win this one tonight. Here's left fielder Kai Murphy as he comes in. Strike 1 on him. 3-for-4, 3 singles, RBI and a run. Looking for a 4-for-4 of tonight's ball game. Here's the 0-1. And that one fouled away, and that will go out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch.
That's a ball.
And that's outside, 1-2. You got Christmas colors on the queso jerseys, red, white, and green. Would be nice if there was yellow and blue on that jersey, too. That would be great. Right there, line drive. That is through.
Hey.
And they got him safe now. That loads up the bases. And now San Antonio is in striking distance. Boy, a grand slam would put them up 8-3, or a base hit would get them at least a few. Romeo Sanabria coming in, and he's going to hit that one. Hard hit. That one's up. That one's going, and that's going to get over the wall. A ground rule double brings in 2. And now San Antonio almost losing it in the last half inning. Boy, close call for the San Antonio Missions. But now as the queso manager comes in, and so far that's going to do for Austin Roberts, number 29. Well, San Antonio did pretty good to get 3 runs ahead of Frisco. And now Gavin Collier is now on the mound for the Riders in relief. 4-seam slider, changeup, and a sinker. coming in for the RoughRiders. San Antonio right fielder is Braden Carpathios. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's going to be right there. Ground ball up to second in time, and that ends the half inning. Boy, I got to tell you, this inning come out of nowhere, and it blew them out of the water. So 3 runs comes in across the score on a couple of base hits. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. And it is 6-3 San Antonio. Hardy starts at second. Mortabell will lead it off in the bottom of 10 when we come back here in this one. Well, we go to the bottom half of the 10th for the Riders right now. the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Yason Morabel leads it off, and we do have Hardy out there, being out at second base in scoring position to lead off the extra innings rule. Here's the windup and the pitch, and the slider is outside, is 1-0. San Antonio's got a 3-run differential here tonight. And that one is in for a strike. It's 1-1. Crowd's looking for a W here tonight at Riders Field in Frisco, a.k.a. Statesman's Park. That one fouled off, 1-2. So far, a pretty good night for these two teams, I would say. Here's a 1-2 offering. Yanked foul. And still hanging on, 1-2. Well, we do have the games being called. Springfield wins against Northwest Arkansas, 10-3 final there at Blue River. Wichita wins 5-1 against Corpus Christi. And that one's going to be lined right there up to right field. That's going to bring in the run on the RBI double as Yason Morabel gets in. Boy, 2 more runs and we would be tied for a 3rd consecutive time here in Frisco. Well, the RoughRiders don't go down without a fight against San Antonio. We'll say that would be pretty good. Well, 3 games left with San Antonio. Don't forget, on Tuesday, August 18th, Frisco takes on the visiting Wichita Windsurge. That one's going to be high in the air, up to the left field area, caught for the out. And that is out number 1. Well, you had 1 runner out there. That was the 4th run that scored in for Frisco tonight. And now another one in the scoring position. Frenier Chavez comes in. Takes that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. So far, Amarillo, boy, doing pretty good. The 0-1. And that's in for strike 2. Midland having a 8-6 lead against the Sod Poodles. San Antonio 6-4 here in extra innings. Tulsa leads 11-8 against the Arkansas Travelers. That one is high flying in the air up to the shortstop. Francisco Acuna makes a play, out number 2. And Frisco down to the final out of their bottom half of 10. Pablo Guerrero being the last man up for the Riders. And that one is in for a strike. It's 0-1. 1-for-4 double here this evening. What's that right there? A pretty good one. Here is the 0-1 offering. High in the air, now to play. So no balls, 2 strikes. Down to the final strike for Frisco here in the bottom of extra innings. Here's the pitch. That one line foul. Boy, San Antonio trying to win this one. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one ground ball. Sanabria takes it. And San Antonio takes the W. Final score 6-4 on a Thursday night in extra innings. Through 10, 6-4. Not a bad night for the Missions as Dyson Acosta gets the win. Austin Roberts is credited with the loss. And so far, just a pretty good night for San Antonio as they're now taking back the series lead 2-1. Gotta say, a pretty good night for the Missions. So we'll go ahead and also get into our little doohickey thing as we get into the Texas League standings. So far, San Antonio picking up win number 52, and that will be Frisco being 60-50. So win number 61 was almost in their grasp, having that runner out at third in a 3-3 tie, and then popping up to left field as Kai Murphy gets the play, and so far they tightrope out of danger. Wichita claiming their 47th against Corpus Christi. So now Corpus Christi will be at 51-60 of the year. Boy, Springfield claiming their 56 against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Naturals now 45-65 of the year. And boy, tell you one thing, it is really funny how everything went tonight. Well, 4 ball clubs left here tonight as, boy, getting after it and getting something going for Arkansas and for Tulsa and Midland and Amarillo as well here in this one. Top half of the 9th inning for Midland as the Sod Poodles getting going, and just glad Mother Nature allowed them to play baseball tonight. And so far, just a pretty good one. A 2-run lead for Midland in the top of the 9th inning, which that right there, pretty good as well. Tulsa, boy, they are leading by 3 runs ahead of Arkansas, which that is good. And so far, pretty good one. Well, anyway, 2 teams continue the series tomorrow evening at our 7:05 start. And so far, going to be a pretty good one. Well, 3 more games in Frisco, then it'll be time to go home to take on Northwest Arkansas for a 6-game set. And then it'll be a 6-game road travel to Springfield right after that. Missions return home. They take on one more homestand against the visiting Midland Rockhounds. And then it'll close it off in Amarillo in that one. Well, anyway, I got to say a pretty good night for us here in the Texas League. And so far, just a good win for San Antonio to pick up a 2-run lead in this one. Marcos Castañon, 1 for 4, a home run RBI win. It goes to Dyson Acosta. And Austin Roberts, yes, gets the save for the Frisco RoughRiders. Well, anyway, gotta say, pretty good day here in not San Antonio. I would say not Arkansas. I wish it was Arkansas. That'd be pretty funny. A good night here in Frisco. Boy, just double dinger right there with the stutteriness. But hey, we're doing pretty good on that. Well, anyway, hope everybody has a good night. And so far, we will see y'all tomorrow evening for Game 4. Weekend baseball coming at you live at 7:05 tomorrow evening through Sunday night as we take on the RoughRiders. And after Sunday's game, it'll be the last ever meetup at those two ball clubs between the San Antonio Missions and the Frisco RoughRiders. And then it'll be our last ever 4 ball clubs. We are looking at Northwest Arkansas, Springfield, Midland, and Amarillo. And so far, that will pretty much be it. We are down to our final 4 weeks of baseball. Regular season is on the verge of getting ready to go, and it gets going. Or nope, I'm wrong right there. It'll be ready to wind down after we get through the last game in Amarillo. But anyway, hope y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all again tomorrow evening. Our first pitch, 7:05. Have a good night, and God bless. And anything else there, Bobby? Well, I gotta say, just drive home safely, and so far, good night to our victorious Missions and Frisco RoughRiders. And so far, may best team win tomorrow evening. Well, thank you there, Bobby. And anyway, see y'all later.